You can see the honeybees weren't the first occupiers of this location. This is a yellow jacket colony. What's left of one. Not been there for quite some time. What's going on, bee herders? Welcome back to another exciting adventure with herding bees with Rusty and Mike. Today it's herding bees with Rusty and my queen Christy. Once again we're in Hartford, Alabama, Geneva County, Alabama, the capital of all the lost honeybees in the world, I think. We're doing a removal today from the older home. They're up here on the left side of this window, and above the window we're going to do the removal from the inside. Reason being is replacing this old siding would be problematic at best. Getting it down without damaging it would probably almost be impossible, and finding siding to replace it nowadays just is impossible. So there's paneling on the inside wall. We're going to take that down and open them up from in there. So it's an inside job, makes it a little bit more tricky. We'll get you some video from in there in just a minute, and we'll get on with this show. Stay tuned. Alright, bee herders, here's a view from the inside. We went ahead and took down all the trim and took down the first piece of paneling, made all our cuts on it, just so you can kind of see what we're dealing with. We'll get some more infrared video from in here now that paneling's down, but as is typically the case, 1/4-inch paneling is not going to be the only thing between inside of the room and the world. So there's 1/2-inch plywood behind it, so this is a double layer cut. Increases the time, increases the pain to get to them, but they're definitely in there. We removed the window casing to make life a little bit easier, and all of our cuts will be hidden behind the trim when it's all put back together. So hopefully we can put this back together and it will look like we were never here. They're going to redo the room, but still I try to do the best I can. We don't do all repairs, but when possible we do, if it's within our capability and skill set. Drywall, not so much. I can sand good, but I can't mud good. Alright, so we're going to keep powering on here to finish getting it opened up and hopefully get to some bees. Alright, bee herders, we started opening it up. This one's kind of thrown us for a loop with all the multiple layers. But you can see the comb here above the window. Very interestingly, not only do they currently have honeybees, but they have previously had yellow jackets. We'll show you that in just a second, the old yellow jacket comb. But we're definitely getting a big heat signature over here as well. And we were getting a big heat signature on this wall, which was kind of throwing me because I figured it was insulated, but I was under the assumption it wasn't because of the heat signature we were getting. So we'll figure that out here in just a minute. There are definitely bees right up here in this corner with some comb back here. That you can see the honeybees weren't the first occupiers of this location. This is a yellow jacket colony. What's left of one. Not been there for quite some time. But you can see how they build their comb.
Wow. Goes way on back there.
Above this window. I'm still trying to figure out why we're getting such a weird heat signature, but we'll get that figured out here in a minute. folks, layer 3 from the inside. There's a small part of the colony over the window. But now, here's what we're dealing with. You just never know what you're going to get into with some of the constructions on these homes. We finally figured out why we had such a huge heat signature over here, but we had insulation because even though there is siding on the outside of the house, somehow they've continued to void for the brick because the first floor is brick. We'll figure it out. All right, well, we've got her opened up for the most part. We had to go through the soundboard, but you can see these girls decided to occupy a ton of space. We have open brood right in here. There's some capped worker brood, some open brood. You can see the larvae down in the cells. Over here to the right's mostly honey. So it's kind of tricky. This is a multi-compartment colony. Herding mama is going to be tough, and we don't want to use a lot of smoke on the inside of a house. So I kind of chose over the window near the entrance to the hive to be my final point. Unfortunately, most of that is honeycomb, so it'll be a little bit tricky. We might change our mind and put her back into this block right here when we get there, and push them back over into it, and then work her off of there. But we'll see. We're going to get this honeycomb out and kind of shrink her down. All right, we're most of the way home now. We've left a little section of food and hopefully a little brood comb in there. We gave them a few minutes to kind of calm down and move back down on some comb. Some had gone up in that little hole up high, and give the ones in the vac a breather for a minute. But we're about to hopefully get on it and go ahead and wrap it up. Got some interesting honeycomb up in there I've got to deal with. We've been trying to clean it up and keep it from dripping down in the wall as we go. But we don't like that for that to happen. Well, this one's turned into an adventure. It's a healthy old colony, super dark comb. It's probably started out over here. There's a little bit of new comb on the very back layer in here. But this colony's been here a couple of years. Maybe not continuously, but definitely been occupied as old as some of this comb is. Most of the new combs right over here. So the game plan now is all this is honey, is to work them back over into this little section. Herd mama over there hopefully, and that'll be where we wrap the show up. So far they're super docile. Alright, bee herders, it's a wrap. We've got her put back together pretty much like we found her, a little caulk, a little paint. It'll be good as new. This was a doozy. There was a whole bunch of crooks and crannies for the bees to hide in. We did not see the queen, although I'm 99% certain she's in the back box just simply by the way they're acting. So we got it done. We're exhausted. My queen is smoked. She got stung. I did too, come to think of it.
Yes, you did.
Under my fat roll. Y'all keep on keeping on.